Welcome back to the channel. Working on the truck as much as I can between work and other things, but now my biggest concern on this truck is getting screws off. They're flathead screws, not my favorite. Pulled this hood open, lit it up a little bit so you guys can see, but 207 looks sweet, but it's missing tons of stuff. Sorry about the shadows. It's dark on this side of the garage, but I gotta pull some of this off, but I want to get the hood and front end out of the way so I can pull this engine. My first screw is this screw holding on the rod that the hood hinges go through. This side is like riveted in, so I think what happens is you pull the rod out that way and then remove the pieces. Again, I haven't worked on one of these, so you're learning as I'm learning. So if I get this front end out of the way and maybe leave the hood there, maybe I can see about putting an engine in without having to pull everything off and realign everything and deal with all that. So I like to avoid as much headache as I can, but slow and steady wins the race is what I hear. So what the success that I had so far is I used a ratchet piece with a big fat flathead tip and spun it. Felt like it was about to snap and then it moved. So pretty excited. I got to figure out why that hood's not sitting up there. I think usually there's a little notch it's supposed to sit in, but I either don't see it or it's not there. Who knows? Alright, let me show you what I'm working with. So, door panels. Well, this support that is really loose goes into wood that's supposed to be back there. It's all rotted out. So, what happens is your hinges don't actually stay in. So, I gotta work on that. It's gonna take a while, I'm sure. Hopefully, because it's wood, I can't rip screws out. But all this is crazy. It's just crazy that your dash is held in with flat screws. I get it, back then they didn't care, but it's really hard to get old flat screws out. So that's what I'm working with. A little rusty. So we'll see how it goes. Whatever kind of mold that is, definitely kill me. Well, that was interesting. Here's all the wood. But this whole pillar is supposed to all be nice wood. There's a bolt that runs through this support for the cab. This is all tacked in, just like you'd see on like my camper shell. Just little nails. So I'll be removing all those. Also, your dash is tacked in all up in here. So I know this dash can be removed, but good luck if it's anything like that. But that other panel that I took off protects this piece. But I'm gonna put metal in here. But let me show you why that was so hard to get off. Is these flathead screws. I'll be working on fixing that later. I just kind of needed this door off. I didn't like moving the door around a whole lot while it was on there. So there's gonna be a lot of fabricating and welding new panels in there. But I think I'm gonna work on getting both the doors off. That way, I need to get those nuts, or see what's attached from the backside of this hood hinge, because now my screws are spinning, but just spinning. I have a feeling every screw and bolt and whatever else is holding this thing together is gonna fight me just as much. So, you know, it's part of an old truck. You know, I would love old hardware and stuff like that, but I want to drive this thing, so I'm gonna put in hardware that I can actually remove and do maintenance on this truck. So sorry to all you guys that want it 100% original. I just can't make that happen, I don't think. I'm gonna work on it, but I'm not sure how that's gonna go. Well, I'm jumping all around as these projects usually go. So I took the piece off the door, made a template onto this metal. I'm not really in the mood to cut today, so I'm not cutting that. But I did drill out the last screw that was holding this piece in. There's a little piece right here. This is actually metal, pretty solid, kind of how this metal is down here. So my patch panel is going to run all the way up, and I'll weld it right here. I did think about having this piece be removable, and I still could do it. I could run it back up behind here, but I don't want to grind today. So what I'm going to do next is, in this glove box is the wooden actual box. So I'm going to get that out of the way. I'm not going to use that because I need a heater set up to go in there. But that's there. It's all kind of blown out in the back. But it is kind of crazy that that wood box survived, because I know usually my 67s use a cardboard box, and obviously that rots out. But I'm going to remove that. That way I can tuck up the heater up there and maybe the fuse panel and stuff like that. But slow and steady. Glove box, bit of a fight, but I won in the end. So now the glove box is free, even though I don't have anything to open that with. So I'm gonna have to fight that. Probably shouldn't have shut that, but it's out of there. I'm guessing they were using a screwdriver to open it. That's why it's all mangled. So I'm gonna have to do the same thing for now until I can find a new key or something. So glove box is out. Now on to, I'm gonna clean half of this dash real quick. Just a little quick wipe down with a rag and some soap. See what it looks like. Well, that's what she looks like. What I hear is this had like a crinkle paint job on it originally from GMC. So maybe that's what it looked like. I know this truck has been painted on a little bit, but pretty happy. Obviously you can see dirty, clean. I'm gonna leave it like that. I was really hoping that wasn't like all horrible rust through. It's not bad. That is rust through. That is rust. That sucks a little bit because I'm gonna have to try to do something with that panel. It's got all the leaves and stuff built up in there, and obviously I have a lot of stuff up in the headrest, so I'll pull that out maybe the next video. But I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do to fix this. I need this panel to be how it is because your wiper setup is up in there. But pretty happy. Cleaned half, cleaned the rest. All this stuff down here, I'm not worried because I think I'm gonna clean it up and see, but I might make little kick panels to hide the metal, and maybe I'll put some sound deadening in there. Maybe I won't. I'm not totally sure on it yet, but I'm pretty excited because I really didn't want to paint all that, and I'm pretty pumped on how that looks. I might even clean this side while I'm at it. I have a feeling that's a sign to go on this trip. Might be a little crusty. Well, another day. So another day I showed you. I cleaned up this dash. It looks way better. This door and the rest of the cab I have not cleaned up. I did start on this little part of the door, but you can tell how crusty and crunchy all of this is. So I think what I'm gonna do, because that was way more fun to clean it than work on metal work, is I'm gonna clean the rest of the truck. For now, just some of these rocker panels and stuff like that. That way it's a little nicer whenever I'm working in here, and it's cool to see it all cleaned up.